Hello everyone. And welcome back once again to another interesting video. In this video we'll discuss the most commonly asked Python interview questions and answers which will help you excel and bag amazing job offers. Each question is accompanied by explanations, tips, and examples to help you prepare thoroughly for your interview. So if you are ready, let's start today's video. Question 1. What is the use of self in Python? Answer. In Python, self is a conventionally used parameter name for the first parameter of instance methods in a class. It refers to the instance of the class on which the method is being called. When you define methods within a class in Python, you explicitly include self as the first parameter in the method definition. The use of self allows instance methods to access and modify attributes of the object on which they are called. When a method is called on an instance of a class, Python automatically passes the instance itself as the first argument to the method. By convention, this first parameter is named self, but you can actually name it whatever you want, although it's strongly recommended to stick with self for clarity and consistency. Here's a simple example to illustrate the use of self. In this example, self.x refers to the x attribute of the current instance of my class. In the print_x method, self.x accesses the value of x for the instance on which the method is called. In the set_x method, self.x sets a new value for the x attribute of the instance. By using self, you can distinguish between instance variables, attributes, and local variables within the scope of a method. It allows you to work with a specific instance of the class that the method is being called on. Question 2. What is __init__ in Python? Answer. In Python, __init__ is a special method, also known as a magic method or dunder method, that is automatically called when a new instance of a class is created. It stands for initialize and is used to initialize the attributes of the object. The __init__ method is commonly used to set up the initial state of an object by defining its instance variables, attributes. It allows you to specify what should happen when an object is created. Here's a basic example to illustrate __init__ method. In this example, __init__ is a method defined within the myClass class. When you create an instance of myClass using obj equals myClass 10, 20, Python automatically calls the __init__ method with self referring to the newly created instance, obj in this case. Inside the __init__ method, self.x and self.y are instance variables, attributes, of the object obj, and their values are initialized to 10 and 20 respectively. You can define any number of parameters in the __init__ method, and you can also provide default values for those parameters if needed. The __init__ method is not mandatory in a class definition, but it's commonly used to ensure that instances of the class are properly initialized with the required attributes. Question 3. What is break, continue and pass in Python? Answer. In Python, break, continue, and pass are control flow statements used within loops, such as for and while loops, and conditional statements, such as if, elif, and else statements, to alter the flow of execution. Here's what each of these statements does. 1. Break. The break statement is used to terminate the execution of the innermost loop, either for or while loop, and transfer control to the statement immediately following the loop. It allows you to exit a loop prematurely based on a certain condition. Here is the example of how break statement works. This code iterates over the range of numbers from 0 to 4 using a for loop. Within the loop, there's a conditional statement, if, that checks if the current value of I is equal to 3. If it is, the break statement is executed, terminating the loop prematurely. As a result, only numbers 0, 1, and 2 are printed before the loop is exited. 2. Continue. The continue statement is used to skip the rest of the code inside the loop for the current iteration and continue with the next iteration of the loop. It allows you to bypass certain iterations of a loop based on a condition without terminating the loop entirely. Here is the example of how continue statement works. Here, the loop iterates over the range of numbers from 0 to 4. Inside the loop, there's a conditional statement that checks if the current value of I is equal to 2. If it is, the continue statement is executed, which skips the rest of the code inside the loop for the current iteration and moves to the next iteration. As a result, the number 2 is skipped, and the loop continues to print numbers 0, 1, 3, and 4. 3. Pass. The pass statement is a null operation. It does nothing when executed. It is used as a placeholder when a statement is syntactically required but no action is needed. It's often used when writing code that will be filled in later. Here is the example of how pass statement works. In this example, the loop iterates over the range of numbers from 0 to 4. Inside the loop, there's a conditional statement that checks if the current value of I is equal to 2. If it is, the pass statement is executed, which is essentially a no-op. It doesn't do anything, so the loop continues to the next iteration. For all other values of I, the print statement is executed, resulting in the numbers 0, 1, 3, and 4 being printed. In summary, break is used to exit a loop, continue is used to skip the rest of the code in the current iteration and move to the next iteration, and pass is used as a placeholder when no action is needed. Each of these statements helps in controlling the flow of execution in Python programs. Question 4. What are unit tests in Python? Answer. Unit tests in Python are a way of testing individual units or components of your code in isolation to ensure they behave as expected. These units are typically functions, methods, or classes. Unit testing is a key practice in software development because it allows you to verify that each part of your code works correctly in isolation, making it easier to identify and fix bugs. Python provides a built-in module called Unitest for writing and running unit tests. With Unitest, you can create test cases that define the expected behavior of your code and use various assertion methods to check if the actual output matches the expected output. Here's a basic example of a unit test using Unitest. In this example, we define a simple function add, a, b, that adds 2 numbers. We create a test case class testadd function that inherits from unitest.testCase. Inside the test case class, we define individual test methods, e.g., test_add_positive_numbers, test_add_negative_numbers, using the naming convention test_**. Each test method contains one or more assertions that verify the behavior of the code being tested. We use assertion methods such as assert equal to compare the actual output of the function with the expected output. Finally, we use unitest.main to run the tests when the script is executed. When you run the script, Unitest executes each test method and reports the results. If all assertions pass, you'll see an output indicating that all tests have passed. If any assertion fails, Unitest will provide information about which test failed and what the actual and expected values were. Unit tests help ensure that your code behaves as intended, even as it evolves over time. They also serve as documentation for how your code is supposed to work, making it easier for other developers, and future you, to understand and maintain the code base. Question 5. What is docstring in Python? Answer. In Python, a docstring is a string literal that occurs as the first statement in a module, function, class, or method definition. It is used to provide documentation and help for the corresponding module, function, class, or method. Docstrings are enclosed in triple quotes and are meant to describe the purpose, usage, parameters, return values, and any other relevant information about the code element they are documenting. Docstrings are accessible via the __doc__ attribute of the object they document. Here's a simple example of a docstring in Python. In this example, the docstring for the add function provides information about what the function does, the parameters it accepts, a and b, and what it returns. When you access add __doc__, it will return the docstring associated with the add function. Docstrings are not just comments, they serve a more formal purpose by being accessible programmatically. They can be extracted by tools like Sphinx for generating documentation, IDEs for providing context-sensitive help, or even by testing frameworks for generating test reports. Using descriptive and informative docstrings is considered a good practice in Python programming as it helps improve code readability, maintainability, and ease of understanding for both developers and users of your code. That's all for this video. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and hit that notification bell for more content, so you don't miss any upcoming video. And, if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover in future videos, please let us know in the comments below. Until next time, keep exploring and keep coding. Thanks for watching, and happy coding.